DJ Khaled Snapchatted his son being born. Now, he also had his latest album, Major Key, playing in the background. So you're able to hear his latest album as his son was being born. Now, he was on Jimmy Kimmel the week before, and he teased that he was going to do just this, and he followed through with his promise. And Jimmy Kimmel asked him what his fiance thought about Snapchatting the birth. Was she okay with it? And he replied to Jimmy Kimmel saying, quote, "The key is that I'm the king and every queen should support the king." Let's take a look at the video. Thoughts, 5 words or less?
Major, keep this private.
Contracting to the beat.
Gives new meaning to crowning. Because he said king and queen and crowning.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh,
That's a good one.
zing, zing, zing.
That's a good one. Okay, so Amir had asked who were the people holding her legs. When you can have a number of people in there to help you. You can even have like a doula or a midwife that might even like massage your vagina so it doesn't rip. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that you can do, a woman can do to help ease her through pregnancy. So that's why you saw additional people in the room.
And Sam, I want you to know as we go into this conversation that you are talking to two people who are super comfortable with childbirth.
Anywho, okay, so what do you guys think about this? Do you think that, because I was reading the reviews and they're mixed reviews. Some people are saying childbirth is a beautiful thing, absolutely. Some people are saying it may be a beautiful thing, but TMI, while other people are saying it doesn't seem like that his fiance was really gave her consent based on what he said on Jimmy Kimmel, unless he was just teasing.
Childbirth is a beautiful thing, especially if you put the soundtrack, if you put my latest soundtrack on it, I got the keys. Like, it's just so stupid. It's such a consumer culture move by DJ Khaled, who's known to market all of his materials. Is he gonna make sandals out of this now? Like the ones that he has?
Maybe.
Maybe he'll have like the baby popping out, like crowning.
Okay, Grace?
Is that too gnarly? I'm sorry. He fucking Snapchatted it.
Okay, so childbirth is a beautiful thing. I do not
Allegedly.
want to give birth one day. It is something that is always like.
So your wife will always be the one to give birth?
Yes,
Okay.
That's something that I've, it's just some girls, they dream their whole life. Like my girlfriend, since she was a kid, has always like played, dolls and childbirth and have dreamt of being pregnant and whatnot. Now, that's never been me. But I understand that for other women, it's super important. And for men as well, like just dreaming of being a father, and that's just something that I have not yet experienced. One day maybe I will. So this made me feel a little bit uncomfortable, just because from my limited understanding of childbirth, I understand it to be, or at least I would probably prefer it to be very private and a very bonding, family, intimate moment. So it was a little strange to see someone sort of off in the background that is the father of this kid filming. However, Hassan, you make a really good point. He knows how to market himself, and there was probably some thought in the back of his head, this is paying for college. Do you know what I mean? This is paying for
maybe.
college.
I think
enough
he's
money to
making
pay
money.
for college.
I think it comes
he
off.
does.
I agree with you, Hassan. I think it comes off really indulgent. I think there's nothing wrong if you want to. If you're Snapchatting your video, I guess for like a purpose. I know there's probably like mommy and me type blogs and parenting blogs that do just that, and it's a great educational tool for soon-to-be parents. So I think it depends what that initiative is. And for him, it just felt very indulgent. I don't like what he said on Jimmy Kimmel. I'm sure he was just kidding, but still,
Oh,
for
the
him,
king and the queen concept.
I don't like that.
Just like,
yeah, I don't like that he said like she just has to support me. That pretty much is saying that that you don't care whether or not she wants to have that camera in the room or not, and that's not okay. That should be if they mutually decided that, hey, let's do this. That's a different story. But again, maybe he was kidding, but.
I mean, I'm sure they mutually decided in the end whether he was just like, no, we have to do this because we're going to make a lot of money or not. Look, the one thing I don't like about DJ Khaled is that he essentially became this cartoon version of himself over the past year. Once his like Snapchat persona came out, and he was like kind of like another one, and then the major keys and all the marketing that came around with it. Now he became a super successful and super popular brand, but it's almost like are we laughing with him or are we laughing at him moment? And then for him to not realize that and then also then follow through with this, it's just weird to me. Like,
it made
are
me
we making
wonder-
fun of him, or are we laughing with him? Are we
he's-
celebrating his child's birth, or are we like,
think
this is really weird?
Yeah, I think I've read the responses and it's a mixture. Some people are echoing exactly what you said, with it being all about like consumerism and it didn't sit right with him. And of course, he's known for oversharing on Snapchat anyway, so it does fall within his brand, so it's not surprising. While others are saying it's a beautiful thing, and while others are saying that it's too much information.
Yeah, Sam, that's actually a really good point about the mixed response that you bring up, because it got me thinking about how I felt when I was watching one of the Kardashian births on the show from Kourtney Kardashian.
Oh, when Kourtney pulled the baby out of her vagina?
Yeah. And
she, no joke, she was like spread, and the baby was right here,
like,
and she just
pulled it out.
Which is all part of your birthing plan. You can
Yeah.
decide to do that. You can decide to touch the baby's head when the baby's crowning. Like, there's things you can put in your birthing plan so that the doctor is aware of it.
And for some reason, I know that, and the Kardashians are another great example of a family that, I know, Hassan, take it in, it's okay. Are another example of a family that has, their brand is oversharing, of sharing their whole lives. But it felt different watching that than it did on like a Snapchat video where his own song is playing.
Yes.
For me, it again, and I knew I was going to say this word when we were talking about the story, it comes down to intention. What is the intention here?
I agree.
And is it sort of educational, or is it sort of, the Kardashians are a real life soap opera, and that's just that's another episode in the show. Like,
but Kourtney's moment felt very educational and sweet. It did.
It's different than what it felt like watching DJ Khaled's Snapchat.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
everyone's
just
perception
promoting,
is going to be different.
He was promoting his song, and he was saying, if you're, what is it called again? Contracting.
If you're having contractions.
Yeah, if you're having contractions, the beat goes perfectly along with it. You can push, another one,
Do you know
another
how,
one.
What? That's
Contraction.
not how contractions work.
I don't know how birth works, and I'm perfectly comfortable not knowing at this moment in time, Grace.
We're going to need to do so
You
much.
said vagina ripping in the beginning of the story, and I was like, I'm out. This is
The vagina rips, the woman poops on the table.
Hassan,
Okay.
It's all natural and it's a beautiful thing. The woman is making a baby in her tummy. Think about that. She's building a
think
nose
about
and
that.
eyes. She's building a spine. She's building a whole.
What have you built?
She's building a whole body, a whole
You're
whole
uncomfortable
human
too,
being
shut up.
In her belly. In her belly.
No, it's a beautiful
She
thing.
gives birth to it.
It's a beautiful thing, but like I just don't. At this point in time, I don't want to know how the sausage is made.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
All
gonna
right.
get a lot of hate for that.
Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time on Pop Sugar.